So it's finally come time for me to review my Canon G7X. I've had it for probably about a week now. So far, I'm really happy with it. So I'll just show you a few functions, or not a few functions, but just where things are on the camera, and then I'll get into my review. So obviously, the front here we have the lens. When you switch it on, telescopes out, and the cover or shutter, if you will, opens up. On the side here, you've got HDMI, USB, and a Wi-Fi button. On the top, you have pretty much like your mode selector, where you can select from video or whatever mode you want to use. Underneath that one, you have a little knob you can turn, and that's manual exposure, which is really cool. Over here we have the shutter button, so to fire the shutter or focus if held halfway, and we also have zoom in, zoom out, the power button. Still on the top here we have the microphone and speaker, and if you slide the button down on the side, it's the pop-up flash, which is pretty cool. What else we got? So on the back you have a few more buttons. So you've got the record button, that's to record video, the ring function, which I'll get into in a little bit, and we have just usual buttons on the back for how you want to set your focus, whether the flash is on, what you want to see on your screen, and things like that. Then you've got a menu to jump to your menu, and a playback button. The coolest thing about this whole thing is the screen, fully articulating, so it comes up like that, so you can do selfie style. You can, balance it on things, very cool. So I'm not going to get into too many tech specs because all that stuff's pretty easy to find on the internet, but I'm just going to go through some things that I really love about the camera. So I love this ring on the front here. You can probably hear it clicking. So you can set it to click like tactile, or you can flick this button and it's just smooth. So that's really cool. You can set this focus ring to do, or this ring to do pretty much whatever you like. You can use it for manual focus, you can use it to zoom, you can use it to change your ISO. I usually just set it to the shutter speed, and I usually try and keep that on 50, which is double my frame rate of 25. I'm not every other camera I use, usually everything's manual, like the GH4, everything's usually got to be on manual. For this, for the purpose of what I use it for, majority of things are set on auto. The only thing I want to control is the shutter speed, because I don't really like when things are really fast and they look a bit fake, so I try and keep it cinematic in its own little way. It's just so good the way it finds the right lighting. When you walk into a dark room, it just automatically brightens everything up, either up to the ISO, or it might slow down, open the aperture and things like that. That's really cool. If it was on manual, I don't think I could be bothered to change every single setting as I walked into a room. As I said, it's for the purpose of this camera, that's why. The GH4, different story. Usually when I'm filming with that, it's something professional, so I do have to set up each shot. Obviously with this thing, mainly for vlogging or little reviews, it's perfectly fine. So the screen's nice and big, it's really good to look at. A couple of downsides for me is the battery life, which still isn't really that bad. I haven't been able to flatten the battery yet. I've always charged it beforehand, but they say about an hour and 20 or an hour and 15 minutes of constant recording, which is quite a while, because I usually just turn it on, film something, turn it off, and so on, and it usually lasts a few days, to be honest. So it's really good. The sound isn't the best, and I know a lot of people said in their reviews they would have loved to have seen a external mic jack, but for what it is, it's not something you'd really need. If you want to start getting into good sound and mic jacks, then you're better off with an SLR or a bigger camcorder. So this fits the purpose very well. It's nice and small, it's great to hold, it's got awesome grip. I love this feature, the selfie mode. Let me just turn it on. You can see that. So pretty cool selfie mode. You can flip it back, look at it from behind. Yeah, so very cool, very intuitive, very easy to use. The footage looks really good, especially when the lighting's really good. I'm extremely happy with it. The sensor, I'm pretty sure is almost as big as some SLR sensors, so it is sucks in a lot of light nicely. Now low light footage is awesome. So it's not the best quality, but it just brightens everything up so good. It is a bit noisy, but as I said, for the purpose of what this is for, it's amazing. I'm really happy with it. Sometimes I think the low light's actually better than the GH4, although the GH4 still maintains a better quality. This this can see a lot more in the dark in my opinion, but it's worse quality. So yeah, as I said, it's perfect for what it is when you're just vlogging or filming stuff, you know, and you don't need anything too professional. It's awesome. Even as a professional use, if you get the right lighting, this thing is awesome. So this does zoom as well, as I said before, from 8.8 to 36.8 mil, and it's got an aperture of 1.8 to 2.8. So, all right, so I'm gonna try not to go on and on. I'm just gonna sum up the good and the bad. So the good, amazing in low light, very easy to use, very small, very handy, very compact. Heaps of settings. Love the ring function on the front. Like the big articulating screen, like the selfie mode, that's awesome. I think the perfect use is for a vlogger or someone who does reviews and things like that and doesn't need anything too silly. Love the file sizes, they're nice and small because it is only 1080 at a much lower bit rate than obviously a GH4 on 4K, so it's nice to have smaller files. And that's it for the good, I think. I love it. For bad, you could say battery life, even though I did say it's not that bad. Just get a couple extra batteries if you have to. Doesn't take long to charge, and it lasts, as I said, about an hour and 15, an hour and 20 constant recording, which I don't ever usually do. I'll just record something, turn it off. Usually get a couple of days out of that. Usually, it depends. And the microphone could be better, and it would be awesome to have an external jack, but as I said, for the purpose of the form factor that it is, it's made to just whip out, get a quick shot, do what you got to do, and put it back away. It's not really for professional use or fantastic auto, but it would be better because I know a lot of people use it for vlogging, so it would be better with some better audio. Maybe even a little, if they could do something like a miniature shotgun mic at the top, just a tiny one or something like that. That's it in summing up. Hope you enjoyed the review, hope it helped you. I love it. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and please share this video if it helped you, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.